Hi everyone, I wanted to take a moment to kind of talk about what's happening in today's world with puppies and dogs and adoption and shopping. Kind of go over what is happening and then what you can do as an appropriate, ethical buyer or family looking for a dog. What is it that you're looking for and why? Okay, so first off, I have my dogs at my feet, so if you have interruptions. So, as most of you know, there was a big boom during the COVID shutdown where everybody decided they wanted a pet at home. They wanted a dog. So, you had these families that were stuck at home that decided that they were going to go get a dog. They were going to buy a puppy. So you had a lot of backyard breeders pop out of nowhere, start selling dogs that were not health tested. They were not raised properly. All sorts of issues when it comes to the way they were bred and raised for the first 8 weeks of their lives. Just selling them at top dollar and getting them into homes. And then you had these families that got a puppy. They were unprepared. They did not research their breeds. They did not research their breeder. And they brought in a puppy completely unprepared for what was involved in that process. And then suddenly, so you have families that are home with these new puppies that are coming from unethical places and not necessarily the best education, and they're home all day long, right? Because they were in COVID quarantine. And then they all now are starting to return back to work. So you got several things that are happening out there where people thought they wanted a dog, now they're too busy and they don't have the time. And then on the other side of that, those puppies were raised in a home where their people were home all day long. There was somebody with them all day long. So now that everybody is trying to go back to work, you have dogs that are showing a lot of anxiety about being separated and separation anxiety. And you're seeing a lot of behavioral issues. This is because the unethical breeders, people that were pumping out puppies just to sell, we're not educating the buyers about proper things that you needed to do when bringing home a puppy, like separating them once a day to make sure that they had what they need as they developed. So now, fast forwarding 8 to a year and a half later, you have all of these dogs in the market that are becoming available for rescue because people had gotten puppies during COVID. They had not raised them properly. They did not socialize them properly. And they're having all these behavioral issues. Now, my first thing to this is if you are someone out there that wants to rescue one of these dogs, more power to you. Give me a call. We have resources of trainers. We'd be happy to help. But know that you're getting into somebody else's mistakes. So this is going to be a lot of work on you. But if you have the ability, the time, and you can provide a safe environment to get through some of these struggles, and please let me be part of the solution. So if you are out there and you're rescuing one of these COVID puppies, great. If not, and you feel like, okay, the time is now, we ask that you consider and think through your decision. We're all returning back to work. The world's returning back more to a normal level. Do you have the time it takes to dedicate to a puppy? Make sure that you're picking a rescue or a breeder that is going to help educate you and support you through the first few months of development of this puppy as their brain is going through a stage that you can't get back. So you need to make sure that those brain development stages are being nurtured properly, so you have the support systems to understand what those needs are, that you are doing the things to make sure you're not creating another COVID puppy with anxiety and all these other social issues. So you're socializing them properly. You're making sure to go through the steps that the puppy has, that the puppy needs if you return back to work. All these things are involved. So now let's fast forward to where the market is. You have a lot of breeders that saw the potential of making money during the COVID craze, and they're coming out of everywhere and nowhere. In fact, I was driving down the street the other day and I literally saw someone selling golden retriever puppies out of the back of their pickup on the side of the road. That was a new one. Do not pick a puppy just because it exists. What's going to happen is all of these people that are backyard breeders that are not doing their health tested, that thought they can make some money off selling puppies, are going to continue to do this if they make money. Even if they make $7,500, or I'm sorry, $700 or $1,000 per puppy, they're still going to continue to do it unethically and the wrong way. if they're supported. So if you are truly in the market to buy a puppy, you want to do it the right way, and rescuing is not in your abilities because you have special need in your home or whatever it might be, make sure that you go through your breeders. Make sure you're asking the right questions. Do not pick a puppy, you pick a breeder. You make sure the breeder is following the ethical practices that are important for your family. Make sure that they're not just pumping out puppies for profit. Make sure that they have a curriculum of some sort that they're raising the puppies on to make sure that brain development happens. Look at the nutrition of the puppies and the breeding dogs that they're using. Look at the practices of how often they breed their dogs or how frequently they breed their dogs. How many puppies are they producing? Look at the purpose of the program. Why are they producing dogs? What is their goals? Right? You want to make sure you're supporting a breeder that is doing things for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. And for me, one of the more important things for our program and for me as a dog lover is, how do I treat my dogs generally? Are they kennel dogs where they're lined up in a kennel and that's how they spend their lives? Or is it that, they're family pets? Are they have full ability to be a loved pet like every dog that's being purchased? Or are they outside kept in filth and just producing puppies? So ask questions, make a checklist. What's important? If you are shopping and my breed's not the right breed for you, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to educate you. I'll be happy to help you make a checklist of things that you need to ask your breeders. You do not need to buy a puppy from me for me to be a support system. If you have rescued a COVID puppy and you need the resources to help, feel free to reach out. We have a team of trainers that is excellent. I will warn everybody, veterinarians and trainers are seriously impacted from the COVID craze puppy market. So do your research, get your support system in line before you bring home a dog, and know that Foothill Aussie is here to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.